Today we are doing about 300 foot of fence. I'll show you all the supplies. Got about 400 pickets, tons of 4x4s and 2x4s, pressure treated. Getting all of our holes prepped, concrete next to the holes. We'll be mixing that in a bit. The project though today is we got 100 foot of fence to put down that way, posts and everything, posts and rails. We've got a little 30-foot fence we're gonna put right here. Turn that into a gate and turn that into a gate so that each side of the duplex has gates. And then on this side of the property, we're gonna put the pickets along the existing fence instead of building a second parallel fence. We're just gonna utilize what's currently there. Talked with the property owner over there. They agreed, so no worries. I'm widening this hole just a little bit. We have 8-foot posts, so that means 2 foot of the 8 feet needs to go in the ground, so 6 foot is exposed. So we're a couple inches shy of that, and I'm gonna widen it a little bit. We're gonna be putting 80 pounds of concrete in each hole. All right, that's 24 inches deep, and we're wide enough, so I'm gonna start mixing up some concrete, and we'll set this post. This is pretty close to perfect. Just got an 80-pound bag, got it wet, got my post standing up, so I'm gonna go ahead and dump it in now. After you pour your concrete, make sure you pack it in. You can use a board or rebar or something. Get the air bubbles out so it hardens in a stronger form. Okay, keep in mind when you're digging your hole, just to repeat, I got 8-foot posts. I only want 6 of the 8 feet exposed, so 2 feet, 25% needs to go into the ground. That's gonna be a standard to make sure that it's strong enough to support wind and stuff. So I'm gonna set this in there to show you how much hole coverage you need per post. Now remember, when your post is in, you wanna make sure that you have about 2 inches on either side of the post. That way there's plenty of structure that the concrete can form around. So we have the Quikrete. This stuff dries in about 40 minutes, pretty quick. So what our thinking is, what we like to do is, set your post, and then as it's drying, just make sure it's level. Or if you have stakes, you can stake it in to make sure it doesn't move. But after about an hour, this is gonna be hard enough for you to start building your fence. We're gonna wait a little bit longer than that because we got a whole run of fence line to do that way. So by the time we circle back, we're gonna be ready to go with these, those 3. We got those built pretty quick, maybe in 20 minutes. And you can see nice and straight right there. That's how you can tell it's super straight. You look at it on the edge, and that is just about perfect, down to the 1/4 inch. Just what we want. All right, and now we are prepping each one of these holes, digging them all a little bit wider because we can't go quite as deep because of a propane line and water line. So since we can't go quite so deep, we're gonna go wider. All right, for this portion of the fence, it's gonna look a little bit goofy. Not my design, it's what the city requires. Kind of goofy looking, but this is what they want. So we're gonna match it. You do half as tall, 50% gap is what they want. So we'll copy this design aesthetically so it matches on both sides. So we'll be doing only 4-foot posts with 1 foot going down. It's only 3 foot exposed, and then our rails and stuff. All right, so for this fence line, we have to make sure that the top of the fence is level. Our holes were varying depth, off by marginally inches. So we are measuring from here and then making this level straight across. And then we'll be mounting this. It'll be like 5 or 6 feet on this concrete pad and securing it to the house. So then we'll have a nice flat fence. All right, we got our system down. We got the nail gun aired up, pressurized, and these guys are making sure it's level on the top. You can see that we have some screws exposed from the other side. The neighbor used screws that were too long, so they stick out. So we're actually using that to our advantage. And look how he's going to hit with the hammer and kick. Okay, so he's going to mount the board, position it so it's level at the top, hit it with the hammer. There, that kind of sets it. Alright, these guys are going to keep going down. They'll probably be done in about 30 minutes. Now we're going to mount this post into the concrete. Alright, here's an update on how we're going to be changing the gates. We currently have a gate right here. I'm going to frame that in and make that normal fence because it's going to be split right in the property line. Turn this section into a gate, and then that section right there will be a gate. So what I'm going to do is take out these planks, take out these 3 2x4s so that it's open, and then gonna start framing this in all the way, and then do the same thing right there. Take that out. Then I'm gonna build the gates. If I'm lucky, the gate that's right there might fit here. I don't think it will. I think it's a little long, so I'll have to shorten it. Quick update, got all these boards pried out. Now I'm gonna remove the 2x4s. All right, just checking in right here. So in order to mount this 4x4 to the concrete pad, what we had to do was get this plate, and we used Tapcon cement screws and pre-drilled and drilled it in so that it's mounted. And then in order to mount it here, we got a L-shaped bracket, sunk it in this way, and then sunk it into the post that's inside of the building. Next step, we're gonna put 2x4s across and then start the pickets. All but one. Just an update, we got our horizontal rails. I got these 2 panels out where we're gonna put our gates, and we're gonna get this gate removed. A little bit of an issue right now though, getting these out. They're just stripping, so I need something with more torque. We will figure that out though.
One's crooked.
Just an update, we're starting to put our cedar pickets up. We also built a T right here, got the gate off. We'll be putting pickets in right there. And an update down this line, we got all the pickets installed as well. To keep your to keep your pickets straight, we have a line with the string, and then we're following that. Okay, here is where we're leaving off for the day. Rest of the project, we'll pick it there. then do pickets in this middle panel. We're gonna build 2 gates right here. The gates are going to match the same design as this gate right here. This one's a little too long, so we can't use it, but basically we'll use the wood, cut it, put this 2x4 at an angle, and then use that as 1 gate. Then as we walk our way down this way, all we have left are adding the rails and then the pickets all the way down. And then we'll be doing, on the short end, we'll be doing the goofy little design I showed you earlier.